Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Team Macaulay coming with another video. Today's some more VGC 17 battles on the battle spot. Still using the same team I've been using. Tapu Koko, Z, Nature Power, Tapu Koko, so not too much to explain. I kind of going over this a little bit. If you guys have been watching the videos, you know about the team, so I'm not going to waste any time talking about the team. We'll just get straight into this today. My opponent had a team of Tapu Koko, Whimsicott, Tapu Lele, Celesteela, Arcanine, and Garchomp. So, I guess too scared to bring Garchomp and Arcanine just because of my Tapu Fini, who got super effective stat for both. So, the Whimsicott here is probably going to want to set up a Tailwind, and it's got Prankster, so it's going to be able to like outspeed everything. So that's why I want to lead Persian here, just so that if he does lead Whimsicott, I can hit it with a Fake Out and potentially knock it out before it gets a Tailwind up. So Kartana's going to be really good here, even if it's, well, I'm going to be like a super effective Stab, Smart Strike off on the Whimsicott, and the Lele, which will one-shot it. I need Arcanine here to be able to help out with Whimsicott just in case, and also with the Celesteela. So I don't bring Tapu Koko here just because I feel like I need these other ones a little bit more. Tapu Koko is only going to be good for the Celesteela, but if I have Arcanine and I use it correctly, it'll be just as good to be able to help me take out the Celesteela. So let's go ahead and get started with this first one. My opponent leads Tapu Koko Whimsicott, which is kind of what I was expecting. I didn't know what he was going to lead alongside the Whimsicott, but I was definitely expecting that Whimsicott to come out. So I have Kartana Persian here. So the only thing that could have that he could have led with that would have been bad would have been Arcanine. But right off the bat, he's going to withdraw Tapu Koko and send out his Tapu Lele. So I'm actually 100% okay with that. The only, it was a smart play on his part because I'm not going to be able to get this Fake Out off. But I was kind of thinking, okay, well, I can punish that by just going for Smart Strike into that slot because the Leaf Blade won't KO anyways. So may as well just go for a Smart Strike and it'll be a 2-shot. But what's interesting to note here is I went before his Whimsicott did. So his Whimsicott's not going to be Prankster, and I was like, oh, come on, man. I mean, it's probably holding a Focus Sash anyways, but I could have gone for like a Fake Out Smart Strike into that slot. So unfortunate. In a best of 3, it'd be a lot better, but I'm still happy with that turn because I got rid of that Tapu Lele before it could even do anything. So he's going to go for a taunt here onto my Persian, and we're going to see a Z move here. So that is going to be the Gigavolt Havoc coming out. So most likely into the Kartana because he just taunted my Persian, and with the terrain up, it's going to deal lots of damage to my Kartana, and since I'm not Assault Vest, it's gonna hurt really bad. So I was kind of fearing possibly a Hidden Power Fire just because mine has it, but I know that they run them now. But I'm actually gonna hold on here. Since I am Choice Scarf, I have a lot of, instead of having to invest in speed, I can do quite a bit of investment in my bulk, which is what I did. So what's funny is I went for taunt as well with my Persian, so I can't taunt since he taunted me first. So what's interesting is the fake tears here. So and then we see a Dazzling Gleam. So I'm like, oh, not bad. He's going to pick up a double knockout here. But I'm okay with that. I was actually hoping that Smart Strike would pick up the knockout on Koko since I was at +1. And from there, I would have been able to sweep. But I'm actually okay with him picking up the double knockout there because that gives me a free switch in the Fini and Arcanine. And I have extreme speed on Arcanine, so this Tapu Koko is not a threat to my Tapu Fini. And Intimidate here is not going to do anything. Unfortunate. But I am going to switch to the Misty Surge as well, so I don't have to... I mean, the Electric Train was up, but now I don't have to worry about like a Will-O-Wisp or a Grass Whistle. So I do go straight up for the Extreme Speed. He doesn't protect or anything. And with my... And we're going to see another fake Tears here, so he's probably... And it was into the Arcanine slot, so he's probably trying to take that bad boy out, which makes sense because he's going to have Celesteela in the back. But here I set up Calm Mind. I'm like, there's nothing this Whimsicott's going to do to me. I'm pretty sure it has no actual offensive moves, which is why it sucks that I couldn't get the taunt off onto it. And we are going to see the Celesteela come in here. So 2v2, but I'm in a really good spot. The Tailwind's going to peter out, and he's going to set it up right again. But the thing is if I can get rid of this Celesteela, I'm going to win. So I just go straight up for the Flare Blitz there. He didn't protect, so I don't even know. It might be like an Assault Vest one or something. He's barely going to hold on. But we see Air Slash here. I'm like, okay, not too bad. And that did a lot of damage. That was actually a lot more than I thought. So I guess it is stab, but I was still... And I think he's going for Air Slash Flinches there, just in case you guys couldn't tell with the Tailwind. But I do go for Muddy Water. I just went straight for the double target in the Celesteela. There's no need to focus on this Whimsicott. So the Celesteela is going to end up going down. And my opponent's going to end up forfeiting because there's nothing he can do. So quick game one. I mean, turn one, I picked up a knockout. So I played. I feel like I played pretty well. My opponent made a good play at the beginning to bring out his Lele, but at the same time, I considered that. So I was like, I can punish this if he does do it, and the Lele didn't even get to do anything, which was pretty huge. I mean, that's a big offensive threat. So well played by me. Good try by my opponent, but that's one of the things you got to think of is like because that play wouldn't have, even if he didn't switch, it wouldn't have hurt me whatsoever because like I said, it would have been a 2-shot on the Tapu Koko anyways. So it doesn't matter if he switches or not. It's a no risk play for me. But so it's kind of what those plays you got to look for is the low to no risk plays. So that's going to be that first battle. We're going to go ahead and just move on straight to the second one. This one's going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to talk about it during and probably talk about it a little bit afterwards. But my opponent had a very similar team. Garchomp, Tapu Koko, Mimikyu, Glaceon, Alolan Ninetales, and Arcanine. So Garchomp, Tapu Koko, and Arcanine, very, very popular VGC this year. Same with Kartana. But seeing a couple of ice types, Glaceon really surprised me here. I've seen Mimikyu and Alolan Ninetales every now and then, but the Glaceon, I was like, oh crap, he's going to try and abuse the hail, I'm pretty sure. So that's something I have to keep in mind. Luckily, I have Smart Strike, so it's not going to matter anyways. That's going to be my main answer. But I am going to bring Arcanine here as well to deal with the two ice types. And then it's also going to be decent against the Koko. So the only thing... I wanted to bring my Tapu Koko here to be just in case I need to get like a Twinkle Tackle off onto his Garchomp, but there was just no space for it. I need my Persian as well for fake out pressure. Since he did have the Arcanine, he does have the... I didn't want him to set up the Aurora Veil either, so I was like, well, if he brings in Ninetales, I can break the Sash, or like really prevent him from setting up the Aurora Veil. So... And then I definitely need my Feeny here to deal with the Garchomp and the Arcanine, excuse me. And then it's going to have a pretty good matchup against his two ice types as well. So he's going to lead Garchomp Koko, and this was not what I was expecting. What's interesting, that's a shiny Tapu Koko. I didn't even know that was legal, or I didn't even know that's available yet. Maybe there was some sort of event. I'm not 100% sure. But that really caught me off guard. I think I had seen the shiny. I just didn't remember it. That's a really cool looking shiny. I'm not going to lie. Anyways, I'm not in a very good position here since he does have Garchomp. But I go for Fake Out into Garchomp. And then I just go for offense with Arcanine. Then he just goes straight for the Thunderbolt, which is going to do just under half, which is good. Well, I should say, it's not as good as I had... Like, the bad thing is I'm going to be taking recoil here, because if you went for another Thunderbolt, I just would have eaten back up my berry. So now another Thunderbolt will knock me out. What's interesting here is he switches out his Garchomp. Which I guess he couldn't Earthquake. He might not have the Z Crystal, but I was really surprised about that. That's why I went for Protect here. And Tapu Koko does go for the Thunderbolt there, so I'm like, okay, perfect. And I get a foul playoff. I went into the Garchomp slot, so it's not going to do much to the Glaceon. That's even a critical hit right there. So here I go for Extreme Speed. I'm okay with letting my Arcanine go down since I have seen Glaceon, and that pretty much in my mind, that confirms that Ninetales is also in the back. So Kartana's going to have a really good time here, especially since Tapu Koko's already low. So I go for a parting shot here. I was hoping to outspeed the Tapu Koko and maybe live Thunderbolt. Well, I should say I wanted to hit him with a parting shot and then switch out into my Feeny to change with the terrain to also lower his Thunderbolt power. So that way I might live and eat up my berry. So unfortunately I didn't. That Ice Beam, I was actually really surprised at how much that Ice Beam did. So I'm like, I wonder if this thing's choice specs then, because it didn't have. I don't even know if Glaceon gets Slush Rush now that I think about it. So it might be like a thing. But when I see the switch out here into Mimikyu, I'm like, what the heck? He didn't bring his Ninetales? So I was predicting a Protect from Tapu Koko there, but he actually ended up switching out, which is the same thing. So I'm able to set up a Calm Mind here. So I'm in a really good spot. Since I'll be taking reduced damage from this Glaceon. The only problem is this Mimikyu is going to be dealing quite a bit of damage to me. So I protect, because I want, pretty much if I can get rid of the Mimikyu, I'll be good against this Glaceon and also against the Garchomp. So I just go for Foul Play here to break the disguise. And then hopefully with my Kartana in the back, I'll be able to knock it out with a Smart Strike. So we do see a Shadow Claw into Tapu Fini and an Ice Beam. So since this guy's only going for Ice Beams and with all the damage it's dealing, I'm like, this guy's definitely got to be choice specs. He's definitely got to be choice specs. So that's good information to have. I bring in Kartana here. And I remember here I'm like, okay, well, if I can pick up the knockout on Mimikyu, I'll be fine. I'll be able to end up winning the game. So he goes for Shadow Sneak on the Kartana, which is a really good play by him. And I went for Smart Strike. He probably thinks that I'm sashed. I went for Smart Strike in the Mimikyu, which was able to pick up the knockout. So I was pretty happy about that. And I get the Beast Boost here. So now I should be able to finish off his team. And I actually outspeed the Glaceon, which really surprised me. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm at +1. That's definitely going to be able to pick up the knockout. But he actually ends up surviving. So, and he gets the Ice Beam off. So I'm like, he's definitely got to be like a bulky choice specs. So he's going to bring back in Tapu Koko. And here's when I realize, well, actually, now that I look at it, I should have taken out the Glaceon because the Mimikyu would have been able to do almost nothing to me. You saw how little the Shadow Sneak did. Even a Shadow Claw wouldn't have done that much because I'm physically defensive. So the Thunderbolt's here is able to pick up the knockout. So he's going to end up winning 3-0, but it was still a close 3-0. Like if at the end right there, if I would have prioritized taking out the Glaceon with Kartana, if I went for the Smart Strike and the Glaceon, I would have probably ended up winning because that would have put me at +1. And then the following turn, or Kartana would have outsped everything. That was my main problem, is Tapu Fini got outsped by Tapu Koko. So I was thinking that, I don't know, I'd be able to survive a Thunderbolt because I got +1 and I eat up my berry, blah, blah, blah. But I made a mistake there at the end. Because I'm pretty sure I would have been able to win. Because, like I said, I would have been able to outspeed everything. So I would have gotten +1 from taking out the Glaceon. Probably +2 from taking out the Tapu Koko. And then I could have gotten +3 by taking out the Mimikyu. And then +3 Smart Strike would have taken out the Garchomp, I'm pretty sure. So, especially since he went for Shadow Sneak instead of Shadow Claw in the Kartana, that would have changed things up a lot because I think 2 Shadow Claws would have taken me out because of the damage that the Shadow Sneak did. But since he went for Shadow Sneak, it would have been a 3-hit KO. Or even a Shadow Sneak and a Shadow Claw would not have been able to take me out. So I didn't consider that option, and I messed up. My opponent realized what he needed to do to win. He needed to shut down my Kartana. He didn't even know that I was Choice Scarf. He thought I was just Focus Sash. So I would have outsped everything. Maybe if the Garchomp had like because we didn't see a Z Crystal there. No, that was a game before. We saw the Gigavolt Havoc. So the Garchomp may have been holding the ground DMZ, but even at +2, I might have been able to take it out depending on how it's EV'd and stuff. So an interesting one. I was really surprised when I saw that Mimikyu in the back. I don't really know why he brought it. because I don't have like a Tapu Lele. I don't know what I don't have any dragon types either, so I don't know what he was planning to hit for. But maybe it's just because I had Arcanine and Kartana that he didn't want to bring the Ninetales. So it really caught me off guard. The shiny Tapu Koko also caught me off guard. I actually didn't even know that thing was legal. So I didn't hear of any events for shiny Tapu Koko. So, and it must be legal because I mean he brought it here on the battle spot. They're supposed to be checking the legality of teams and stuff. So really interesting. The choice. I'm pretty sure that was a choice specs Glaceon. I mean, I I can't confirm it, or I probably could if I went and did some damage calcs. But that definitely caught me off guard as well. Pretty bulky as well. It was like a 70% health and survived like 60-70% health and survived a +1 Moonblast. So an interesting one. Some faster games today, but I definitely learned a lot. So a little bit rusty from not playing for a few days. So I got to play some more to get this drilled into my head. But I mean, even if I kept my Persian alive longer, I could have hit Tapu Koko with Fake Out, and then I would have won that way as well. But lots of things could have changed, but well played to my opponent. A lot smarter than me. So that's pretty much going to be it. I've been thinking about new teams that I've been running, so it'll only be a few more episodes, a few more uploads with this team. So if you guys get any suggestions for me, let me know. But there's some cool things I want to try out. I haven't been using Snorlax. I don't know why Trick Room teams have not been very popular. At least the people I've been playing haven't been using Trick Room teams. But I wish they did. But that's pretty much going to be it. Like I said, if you have any suggestions for me for the new team, also or go ahead and let me know. If you want to battle me, singles or doubles or VGC or whatever, also go ahead and let me know. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.